My name is Christopher Fritz. I'm the owner here at Dino's Restaurant in North Haven, Connecticut. My father worked for the original owner, Dino Baldarelli, back in 1976. He started with him. He worked one night a week so Dino could go bowling because he never wanted to leave the restaurant. And he did it for like 20 years, and next thing you know, he is asking my dad if we'd be interested in taking over the restaurant after he retired. You know, Dino and his family ran it for over 30 years. My dad, myself, and my brother have been involved for over 25 years now. So the whole family atmosphere was a big thing. We enjoy working together, you know, and the community's been great, supportive, so.
Dino Baldarelli, and he was a professional bike rider in Italy, and he was injured on one of the tours, and he was told by doctors that he could never ride again. He had an uncle here in the United States, I believe it was in West Haven, and he came over from Italy and stayed with his uncle and got a job at Jimmy's Restaurant Seafood in West Haven, which at that time was a landmark down at Savin Rock. Dino worked there for several years, and he became friendly with the accountant at Jimmy's. And down the street from here on Route 5 was a small hot dog stand called Brownie's.
My name, Brian Cacciaro. My experience with Dino's is always a good experience. It's a family-oriented atmosphere. You never get a bad meal out of the establishment, ever. And as long as I've been going there, since I was about 10 years old, I am now 54. I've known Dino, yes, I've known him.
I'm Drew Bernard. So I started about 3 years ago now. Let's see, a little over 3 years. So when I first started, I was just counter staff. So I was just getting soups, drinks, and taking out orders. And then I started taking the orders. And then when we moved here 2 years ago, I started making some of the orders. So I cook in the kitchen now. I've done dishes. I pretty much will do just about anything I have to do at this point. The only thing I'm really not comfortable with yet is grilling, but I've pretty much done everything else. I used to come to Dino's as a kid, growing up. Before we moved, we were just a little closer to my house, and that was a big family tradition. We'd come here probably at least once a month, maybe a little more than that. But yeah, I used to come probably starting when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and ever since then. So then I was excited to work here when I got the opportunity.
Back in 2008, when the economy went down, everything just went south, and our business took a big drop. We really struggled there for about a year where, we weren't used to, we were very successful prior to that, and all of a sudden there was a downturn in the economy. And that was a difficult time. We got through that. And then of course COVID came, and that was scary at first.
To be honest with you, COVID in a way was kind of a blessing for us, only because of the fact that the restaurant business was being affected by the economy. It got to the point that we sat down one time and we said, do we keep going or do we close or whatever?
They really did not much skip a beat other than protecting themselves and the customers. At the same time, they shut the dining room down and it was just takeout. But they had the partition glass up. It was call in order. You had your number, you came in, you took your number, they gave you your food, you paid through the window, and off you went. And it was safe for the whole environment.
When the COVID pandemic first hit, everyone was closed and everyone wasn't sure what to do. So he was very short-staffed, and we were very slow for a long time too, and then all of a sudden it was the opposite problem where we were super busy and he didn't have enough people to work because he was one of the few places that were actually left open in the very beginning. So that was, I think, the biggest hardship. But other than that, I think there was a lot of financial struggle that he made it through, and that was part of the reason we moved as well.
It was definitely helpful. It made us realize we were at the old restaurant, which is half a mile down the road. We were there since '67, and the building was run down and everything. So when the pandemic started, it was just takeout, and it took off, and we realized at that point, you know what, we can downsize, go to a nice, fresh location, start over, and we know we can survive even if it's just takeout. And we've been here 2.5 years, and it's been awesome.
It was time with COVID, we had to downsize, and Chris inquired about this location that was a former pizza place. What he did was a great job, much better than probably I would have done.
I would say I have some fond memories, but the old place was a little bit of a mess. You know, the things I remember more were like emptying the buckets that filled up with leaking water, and I had to stop what I was doing in the middle of a busy lunch to empty it, or else it was leaking all over the floor. I remember things like that more than the positives, but there were definitely positives too. You know, that old place had a certain level of charm to it, being as old as it was.
I'm very old-fashioned. I don't like change. To me, it was a North Haven historical landmark, the original Dino's. But times change. You got to change with the times. So, got to roll with it. I mean, you still get the same dish out of the new establishment as you did the old one. It's just still the same taste, same great taste. It's just a different look on the walls. That's all.
Most popular items are probably our lobster rolls, fried shrimp, fried whole belly clams, and then kids like our chicken tenders. You know, always have to have something for them.
My personal, definitely the combo platter with clam strips. Can never go wrong. If you're hungry and you want something good with a variety, that's the dish to go for. Combo platter with clam strips.
Scallops, fried or broiled, I like scallops.
I have a couple actually, but the two favorites are both quesadillas. One of them is buffalo chicken, and one of them is the new grilled chicken quesadilla special. And they're both just really good, and I love both of those. I would just say that, you know, the bang for your buck here compared to other places is so, you know, you get so much more for your dollar here. All of our prices are lower, and people say it all the time that, oh, they're like, oh, you must not get as much though, right? And then they see the portions coming out and they're always shocked. So we don't sacrifice the quality or quantity for the price.
I think the quality of the food is top notch, not to boast or anything, but that's the main thing, and it's very affordable. Most seafood restaurants, if you go down by the shore, they're very expensive. We're here in North Haven, more of a blue-collar town, so we think that you know, we offer an affordable product.
Now, I began to know Dino in the 60s, middle 60s, and then in the year 2000, one day was telling me that he was tired and his children were tired and they were going to sell the business. He had some interest from big companies from Virginia and New York, but he wanted to keep it local and keep the same help. And I talked with Chris and my other son, Rob. We discussed it and ended up buying it in 2001.
Family oriented, very laid back. If you've never been, I highly suggest it. It'll change your life forever if you like seafood.
Our service, okay? We're not a McDonald's or a fast food franchise. People come in here, we try to give them a good meal and the best time we can. And I think people appreciate it. And when we had the opening, I'll never forget it was June 4th. And that night it was open originally for the families of the workers, okay? But people came in, even old workers from here. And it was amazing what had happened. And to be very honest, was one of the best things that ever happened to Dino's, was moving here, closer to the city, the people in the town.
Everyone in the community supports us, like I said, and it's just a fun place to come. The old place was a little rundown, like I said, and coming here with new atmosphere, people are excited to, you know, just be in here. It's like uplifting, it's always positive. We have an open kitchen. We always interact with the customers, which I believe they enjoy. So it's just like I said, a family gathering. Just the support the town of North Haven has given us has been tremendous. So that's one of the most exciting things for me. I like them to take away the fact that we're a family-run business. We enjoy being here. We enjoy making people happy with, everyone loves food. And by offering good quality food, good atmosphere, good people here, it's just a great night out. And hopefully this documentary will spread the word even more.